What's up guys, it's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with some Raid Shadow Legends, and we're actually going to be scraping the bottom of the barrel for content today. Really have not had any ideas this week about what I wanted to do, so I figured we'd make an interesting video and actually go through and see what legendary champions I'm still missing on my account. I recently hit the 2-year mark in May, so I've been playing the game for a little over 2 years now. I believe I started during the Gerptuck fusion, which was in May of 2020, during the pandemic. I actually had just quit Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and Marvel Strike Force and decided I needed a new game to play with all the extra time I had from working from home. So we decided to pick up Raid Shadow Legends. I'd seen so many advertisements for it, I just decided we'll give it a shot and see if it's any good, and here we are over 2 years later. Then I started my free-to-play account actually in September of that year, so coming up next month it'll be the 2-year anniversary on that account, which will do some cool stuff for that. But we are level 100, we're pretty endgame on this account. I've finished Platinum about 6 times. I still have been unfortunate enough to not get the avatar to drop. But the interesting thing is I am missing quite a few legendary champions that a lot of people think you have to do well in the game, so I thought it would be kind of a cool thing to take a look at my account and kind of show you guys legendaries I do have, and then also go through and see the ones that I'm missing. So I'm actually missing quite a few at this point, so it's kind of interesting. So we'll just kind of go in here and do the main view. But the first few months I played the game, I did buy shards quite a bit. At the height of my spending in this game, I probably spent anywhere from 100 to 150 a month on the game. Basically, that was all expendable income that I would have been using to go to the movies, go out to eat, gas for work since I didn't have to drive anymore. So basically all my discretionary income I had been using for other stuff, going out with friends, things like that, kind of became my mobile game money, just for entertainment and other things. Currently, I am down much less than that. I usually just buy energy packs now. I have not bought shards basically since I got my 1-key Ultra Nightmare Bat Eater going. Outside the occasional packs for void events, I'll sometimes buy a couple of those, but for the most part I spend probably around $75 a month on the game now, although I have not spent it all in August because I'm kind of at a point where my interest is starting to wane, so I've kind of cut that off a little bit. Plus obviously with inflation and prices of everything going up, I'm trying to be a little bit smarter with saving money, so we haven't really had much stuff for Raid lately. Been putting a lot more money into savings and other areas. So just to kind of give you guys an idea, you know, I've never been a huge whale in the game. I always tried to keep the spending in check. It was always money that I had to spend. It was never anything that was going to put me in danger of missing paying bills. That's kind of one of the reasons you guys never see me do shard pull videos. I know that a lot of the content creators do them. I just particularly don't like doing it because I feel like it influences gambling and influences people to spend their money. I know there's people that are financially savvy who know better and know when they shouldn't be spending money on a game, but for every one of those people there's like 10 of them that are just going to go out and blow their monthly bill money on buying void packs when they see a content creator pulling them, and they're going to go to their streamer and have their favorite streamer pull their shards when they should be using that money for things to help better their life instead of pulling stuff in a game. So just one of the reasons I don't pull shards usually on video. If I do them, they're usually part of a free-to-play Friday episode, just for whatever reason, for a fusion or something. But that's kind of my take on that. Just, I know a lot of people ask me, why don't you ever do shard pulls, and that's kind of my stance there. But you can take a look here and see we do have quite a few. We've even got some empowered legendaries. I got a +3 Lydia. I was unfortunate enough at one time to actually pull 3 extra Visiks in addition to the 1 that I had from login rewards. Now sadly, before they announced the dupe system, I had fed one of them off as a 5-star chicken. So I actually would have been able to +4 my Visiks, or my Lydia, if I hadn't done that. I have pulled 3 extra Mother Sibels, really good champions, so I went ahead and empowered her, even though I probably should have used those in the Faction Guardians. Pulled 2 extra Raglins. I had really bad luck with Void legendaries, as you can see. Pulled lots of duplicates of those instead of getting some of the ones that I really needed. But you can kind of see here, we've got a couple people that are empowered up at the top. And, you know, we got some pretty decent legendaries. I've been fortunate enough to pull 2 Duchess, so that's probably the marquee legendary on my account, is having 2 Duchess so far. That's pretty good. But those are the main legendaries I kind of have built up to 60 there. I think I've got a couple more here I'm still working on. Gerptuck was actually a recent pull. Don't think I'm going to take him much past 50. We got to work on Yannicka here for the whenever bolster starts to show up in the arena. I got Gentoro there. We really haven't been able to do much with him. He was kind of a more recent legendary pull as well. We just haven't got to him. Countess Lix was the last legendary that I actually got from a random ancient shard. And then we got Lonatharl from the fusion, got Elder Scarg here hanging out. So that's kind of the ones I have active right now that are kind of in the queue. But then if we want to go into the vault, you can see here we got some other ones. Kind of regret building some of these. Obviously, 60 Pixnial was a pretty big waste, but that's back when I was in the content creator program and had stuff to waste on building stupid champions. You can see we do have actually a duplicate Nethril here. Just another one that we pulled. Angar, Robar, I need to pull out of the vault and build at some point. He's pretty good. We've got a Duke Riho, Baron, got King Garag. We've got a couple more in here. You guys can just kind of see who we've got, and then just a bunch of other champions. And if we go into the reserve vault, we got some more of our dupes in here. Another Baron, another Pixnial. We got another Ragash, actually, another Drexthar, another Yannica. I think this was the one from the clan shop, and then we pulled the other one, so it's kind of funny. Duplicate Brogni, trying to figure out where I might use him. We got a duplicate Sigmund here. So you see duplicate Opardon. We've got quite a few of the the fusion duplicates. It's pretty crazy, actually. So that's what we've got on the account. Now, I do have some I'm missing that are probably in my portal, but we haven't quite got to those yet. But let's just go to the index here. We'll take a look and see. On Bannerlords, basically, never pulled a Cillian, Black Knight, Helior, or a Lugan, which is quite interesting. I'm not really sure I'd even use any of these guys at this point, so no big deal, I guess, to be missing some of those. High Elves, we are missing Basilius and Bellinor, the only two. And again, really, I think Basilius would be kind of nice in this upcoming bolster meta if it ever happens, because he does ignore shields and defense. He can do pretty big damage, single target. I'm actually going to probably build him on my free-to-play account. Bellinor, I don't think I'd have any use for him outside of being a damage champion in my Bat Eater comp, maybe, to help out on the Force boss, but really that's all we're missing out of High Elves. Sacred Order, do not have Bivold, and I'm kind of maybe regretting that a little bit. I did make a video about how his fusion was bad, and maybe I'll make a video coming back later to talk about why. I was probably wrong about that. He's actually really good for Hydra, but on this account, I can already do Nightmare Hydra. I don't really need him, but he's a pretty solid champion. I've used him on my free-to-play account quite a bit now. Holstring, haven't pulled. Abess is an older legendary. I'd like to get her. She can do some serious damage. No Martyr, no Cupidus, no Glaceia, no Cardial, no Constantine. So you can see, again, it's the Void legendaries, especially that we were missing out on in most of these cases. All right, Barbarians. Again, Yukaro, we're going to get him out of the clan shop. Alton is an older one I don't have yet, to Hunteric. And then we've got Chronom, who I will probably never get because he's part of that referral reward. I don't know 6 people that want to play Raid, and I'm not going to go through all the trouble of trying to get the BlueStacks thing to work or any of those workarounds, because I got to be honest with you guys, at this point in the game, I'm lazy and it's too much work. I'm just not going to do it. All right. Ogryn Tribes, actually what I feel like is the most neglected faction in the game. A lot of people will talk about Skinwalkers. They only have 8 legendaries, and I believe 3 of these, I know Shamrock, Druckle, and Gurptuk were fusions or fragment events. Gurda is a login champ, so think about half their legendaries at least are actually champs you could get pretty easily in the game. And then you've got a couple here. I actually fed my War Mother long before the dupe system came as a 5-star chicken, because she was trash back then and I never really used her, and I had a better legendary I needed that 5-star chicken for, apparently. Never pulled a Gurgo. Again, that's going to be an oncoming theme here, is basically we don't have a lot of Void legendaries in the game. Lizardmen, again, we're missing Ramontu. We'll be getting him pretty soon, hopefully. We did pull a Krisk a couple of months ago, and by the time I pulled him, it's like I didn't really need him for anything. So it was more of a luxury to pull him. He's one of my most wanted champions forever, but it was like over 2 years before I finally pulled Krisk. So by the time I got him, it was like the excitement was kind of not there. Basatha's Doom Tower, Chagor, haven't pulled him yet. Fushan, surprisingly, is an older champion. I wanted him a long time ago, but now I really don't need him, I guess. Vorgum Car was a fusion I missed. I wasn't really ready for that one. And Nekmothar is a new addition there, so kind of interesting who we are missing here. Skinwalkers, again, it's just the Voids, basically, and then this new guy they just brought into the game. So I was fortunate enough to get a Coronar, but again, it's the Voids. Would love to get a Leorius at this point, but it's been a while. And I refuse to really buy Void Shards anymore because I feel like the drop rates on them are so bad. that you just don't get a good deal on them anymore. So we go into the Orcs. I forgot I actually got this guy, Danik Skullcap or whatever his name is. Got a Kreela. That was actually after the fusion was over with. Missing Gomlock. I'll probably have him done next month from Hard Doom Tower. Never pulled Nogdor. Farl, I believe, is Doom Tower as well. So we're missing Warlord, of course. So no Warlord, but it hasn't prevented us from finishing in plat, thankfully. And then we got Raka over here, who is a newer champion they just added to the game. And then we go into Demon Spawn. So no Hefrak. Again, no Krutraxa, Void Legendary, so not surprising there. We haven't done Wither, and of course Kymar. This is the one that really, really hurts. I would love to have a Kymar. I actually have 2 Kymars on my free-to-play, so it kind of hurts. It's like the deeper wound there, because we pulled him twice on the free-to-play on both the 10x for him. So it's kind of funny. Hefrak, new nuker in the game. Not sure we really even... I mean, he's great to have, but I don't really need him at this point. So it's like if you pull him, it's a luxury. Countess Licks, obviously our newest ones. Go ahead and clear that red dot off. You guys are probably like, oh, these red dots. I know I don't clear my red dots. Now, here are the ones that hurt quite a bit as well. No Rotos. I missed his fusion when I started the game, and no Siphi, obviously, and no Necrit. So 3 of the top legendaries in the game I have never actually pulled, and 3 of the supposed top, meta arena legendaries that you have to have. But again, I've managed to finish plat a couple of times without needing these champions. So it kind of shows you that as long as you've got decent gear and kind of know some strategy and can build multiple teams, you can actually do pretty well in Platinum Arena, especially now that I expanded it to 500 slots. I've finished, the 6 times I've finished have all been inside the top 300, so you've definitely got a lot of room there to get in, even without these champions here. If you can just get some decent gear and build some pretty strong go second teams as well, build some counter teams for things like Hegemon and Tormund, you can definitely get in there. So yeah, that's the one that kind of hurts. We're missing pretty much all the good, like the super S tier Undead Hordes legendaries, so that's unfortunate. Now, Dark Elves is interesting. I didn't realize I was missing this many, but Zavia, Ghostborn, and Ava, 3 older legendaries I would really like to get because speedrunning. Ava can do a ton of damage, great for wave clear. Ghostborn is obviously amazing for the decreased defense. And Zavia for the poison explosions. I've been missing that for a long time. Kind of need that to speed up my Dungeon 25s. It would be very helpful. Never pulled a Vizier, which is pretty crazy. I don't know much about Chromax or Truoth. I think there are 2 newer champs that got added in. But yeah, it's unfortunate that we've never actually been able to get the Zavia or any of the older legendaries here. But here's the one where we have the good luck and the voids. Obviously, though, 3 of those are basically you can get those in game for free. So, that's probably why we had the most. We got lucky on the Blind Seer pull there. Knight Revenant, and we're missing quite a few here. Again, no Hegemon. Really wish I had Hegemon. No Whirlum. I do have Dreng in my portal. No Theodore, no Calbalax, no Narma. No Shemnath, Erix, or Bistiphus. An older legendary again that we're missing out on there. So you can just see we are missing a ton of legendaries. Now, dwarves, we actually had a lot of them until they added some of these newer ones into the game. Kira, Samar, Beauregard, Granjar, and Goffred. Not really sure what I'd do with any of those, so no big deal, I guess. And then finally, we do have Shadowkin, which we've actually been pretty fortunate in this faction. I had pulled pretty much every single legendary in this faction until they introduced Karato, Jingwan, Yumeko, and Jinro. Now, I actually did feed my Noble to my Ninja, and would probably do it again because I think it's more worth it to get a Empowered Ninja versus having a Noble. Karato, I actually took a break from the game in the middle of his fusion. I took a break for a couple months and just stopped playing for a while. And so I wound up being about halfway done with it and never finished it out. So I have all the rares and stuff saved up in my vault. It's kind of funny. Yumeko, have not been lucky enough to pull her either. We just pulled Jingwang pretty recently, so we'll clear his red dot there. But that is pretty much it. And obviously we're going to maybe get 2 factions here at a later date, but those are the legendaries that I do not have on the account. So pretty crazy that we're still missing that many even after playing the game for so long. And it just kind of goes to show you, if you're not wailing out big time on those shards, you're not going to pull quite as many legendaries as some of the top players. who are spending a lot of the game during every month, unless you just have like the craziest luck in the world, which I obviously do not, since we're missing pretty much every single S tier void legendary in the game for the most part. So, but we managed to make do with what we have. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for the video today. Let me know what legendaries you're still missing and how long you've been playing the game, and who your still most sought after legendary is that you're looking for. Mine, I'd probably have to say, is probably Hegemon at this point. I would just really like to have him. He would make arena defense and even some offense attacks so much easier if we could just get him for competing up at the top end of Gold 5, and on the days that I do decide to do Plat Reset, which I haven't really done much lately because I just got tired of staying up till 4 a.m. and just having my Mondays at work being terrible because I didn't get any sleep. But whenever we have a Monday holiday and a day off, sometimes I'll still push the Sunday night. So it would be kind of cool just to get a Hegemon just for arena, just to mess around with, have a little bit of fun. And also for Gold 3v3 to build another team for that would be kind of cool. So, but anyways, let me know who your most sought after legendary is, how long you've been playing the game and whatnot. And as always, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the content. Hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you again next time.